please simplify, because there are many young Africans that need what you're about to give now. I would like you unashamedly to please advise what young people should be doing, trying to be as simple and as straightforward as possible. What should young people be eating? What should young people be spending their days doing? What music should they be listening to? What is their cleaning or grooming exercise meant to be? What are they meant to be wearing? Who are they meant to be engaging and indulging with? Where should they be traveling to? What type of leaders should they be
That's too
moving
much.
towards?
That's too much in one sentence.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I can go through all of it. But let's start with something basic, like
Right.
what should we be eating, and how should our bathing, cleaning regimens be?
I'm going to use a parable, a wisdom parable. And this part, they're going to rewind it over and over again until it settles in their spirit.
Yeah.
Okay. We all have these gadgets we call cell phones.
Yes.
So while I'm talking about the cell phone, I want you to position yourself as a cell phone
As the cell phone.
for the purpose of the illustration.
Okay.
It might not be exhaustive, but I think it will carry quite a bit of content, which I want to send in a few sentences. There is a cell phone. You get a new cell phone. Immediately when you get it, it says update software. And you wonder, how do I update the software? It's a new phone. No, the date of manufacturing and the date of usage are different. Sometimes you get it a year later or 2 years later. So you need to update the cell phone just so that it can start working. There you get your cell phone, you log in your details. This is your parents logging in their details on you, naming you, da-da-da-da-da-da, you are this and this. Then it starts functioning. And as it is functioning, it starts collecting new apps onto the phone. By the time you're 21, 22, 23, in some certain cases, depending on the number of other apps that you're putting, the phone is starting to slow down. It is overloaded with music, with fashion, with influences, and etc. And you, by the time you want to send a document on WhatsApp, you must wait for 2 minutes just before it can send.
You're
And
right.
then if you are smart enough, then you must get to someone, to the cell phone shop and say, hey, the phone is crashing.
Yeah.
Some certain phones actually literally crash.
Yeah.
Boom, black, or just freezes. Then you get to a nice cell phone shop. That's where we come in, as cell phone operators and as repair kits. You know, do you have critical information on this phone? Yes. Can you back it up for me? Then you put it on an auxiliary storage somewhere there. So take your information that you know and put it somewhere there.
It's important to back it up, the critical information.
You're going to use it as reference in some way when you need it. Take your critical pictures and your videos that you love. The rest from WhatsApp, all those videos, you can delete them.
Yeah.
But whatever you think, my family, my wedding, put it on the side. But the whole idea is take everything that you know, put it away. Then the person says, are you happy now? Yes. Then the gentleman has something that they call resetting the phone to factory settings. Then there's that guy who appears in a small little thing going on your phone, chewing everything,
Abantu baba Android.
chewing everything. Yeah, it was my Android again. And angazi na my iPhone is a
And it's interesting that they have these words like Android, which is an alien, or which is a robot, which when you look at the links of how they come up with some of these
Is it
names,
a male?
software,
Is it a
hardware,
male robot or female robot? I saw it the other day. It said Android is a male robot. There's actually a female robot now. Very soon robots will be sleeping with each other. But that's for another day.
That's for another day.
So you back up everything.
And now
you
you're
you
resetting,
clean
formatting
up the phone. And by the time the phone is given back to you, it does not even know you. It needs a new password.
A new username.
You need to re-enter your emails. You need to re-download your Facebooks and your Twitters and your WhatsApps and etc. and start introducing yourself to yourself. Beautiful as that it may be, then it must have enough power. Beautiful. Then it must have the right SIM card. Beautiful. Then it must have the right signal. And there you are, starting afresh on a new phone.
A rebirth.
The problem we have as young people is not even about what they must drink, what they must eat, and what they must listen to, and all those things. Beautiful as they are. But I don't think the young people actually have understood the beauty of knowing that they are working with clutter. serious clutter. The reason of their dysfunction is they are running on softwares and apps that are not applicable. They are running on the street life of New York. They are running on the, KFC kind of a diet. They are running on a Paris kind of dressing. They are running on a, the fashion world, the entertainment space. They are big supporters of Manchester and Chelsea. Their whole houses full of T-shirts and etc. And their world of imagination is already populated with these images. And that is their world where they are now surviving in. They already have their selection of drinks. I drink cognac. I drink whiskey. I'm a Savannah person. I'm a Hansa. I'm what. And I listen to this kind of music. I dress up from Gucci. I drive only this. I do this. So you have all this clutter that is around you. So what must they do first? Back up what you want and put it on the corner. Go and read the book, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari.
Robin Sharma.
And understand sometimes it's important just to close down. Walk back on your ancestral ground. Simplify life. Stop eating too much meat. Cut out sugar from your diet. Reduce milk, sugar, and salt. Go on a pure vegetarian diet for some time. Detox your bodies. Don't eat anything after 4 in the afternoon. Keep your stomach empty. Many of our stomachs, the bigger they become, the more stressed they are. Because there's no rest.
Body's constantly hard at work.
Pumping food,
compressing, crushing.
And remember again, the human body works like that. I wish I was a doctor. I wanted to become a doctor when I was young, but my father pushed me somewhere else. Then all the blood that is in the brain, once there is food,
it all has to go there.
That's why we sleep after we've eaten. Because we can't think. The mind needs a rest because the stomach is busy. But when you go to bed, you want all the blood back in the space. So detox, this whole thing of eating 3 times a day, it's an economic fallacy. 1 meal a day is enough. Reduce your food, increase your water. And don't just drink water, eat your water. This eating fruits and vegetables that have lots of water. Because that water from oranges, mangoes, cucumbers, and etc., it's already coming with nutrients that you need. And these nutrients are coming from the ground where your ancestors are buried. Hey, this is getting deeper now. I'm hearing something. And my totem is soshe, which are the ends, which dismantle the human bodies and put them into the ground. And when these nutrients go back into the ground, coming back into trees as fruits and vegetables, and we are eating this thing, maybe we don't understand life actually as to what interconnectedness, the ecological intelligence that we need to know why must we eat this and not eat that. So plastic foods, they've never given us value. But real foods, there's a group I belong to right now where doctors and researchers are finding out that we've been lied to all along that there are viruses that are in the world out there. What they find are synthetic bodies that are not able to digest and work with what is being given. Because ultimately, nature itself knows itself.
Yes.
And nature can digest itself. Nature can work with itself. That's why when a young child is born in the village, we put them in a nice big dish. 3-4 months later, we tell the young boy, run to the river. Goes to the river, collects the mud from the corner of the river, sideline, just mud, mishmash, puts it into the dish, go to the kraal, go and collect some cow dung, fresh one, come and put it into the dish, pick up some chicken droppings, put it into the thing, get to the bush, get some few shrubs, put them into the thing, nothing, no witchcraft. Just take the environment which this child will be living in and make that ugly concoction in that thing. We take a young baby and we dump them in that thing for about an hour or 2 hours.
Introducing them to the environment.
Then we clean them up. This child will go and drink that water in that river. He will eat these chickens. He will eat this. And they'll get a fever, of course, because that's vaccination in our African context.
Yes.
You come around and tell me that vaccinate. No, we don't. COVID, we did not need to have masks. We all need to breathe from each other and introduce our bodies to the very virus that says will kill us. That's how we've been coping all along.
That's why Africans were not dying. And about Bill Gates was shocked.
Bugger off, man, mask for what? You tell me, I was laughing the other day when COVID started. And my wife is very sensitive with bacteria. I came home and they were all
spray,
this,
sanitize everything.
Then I laughed before I went to bed. I said, "Oh, but so do you have a spray for me also?"
Because I'm also
because it looked like I now needed a diver suit.
Yes.
To cover the whole me and just leave a small. Of course, and I didn't go too far.
Jeez. Wow. Okay. No. Okay, no, we went too far.
It can't work. It can't work. If it is my grandmother, when someone had measles, that measles,
yes,
she would take all of us.
Bring you all together.
No, put in the same blanket. Then all of us must suffer that thing once and for all. And
there are people that do that with flu now. The first child that gets sick must come and engage with all the other kids.
And must we put that big stone, put all that thing, water, and we all cover in that blanket. We have been doing this for the longest of time. So for me, young Africans, maybe our obsession, but I don't blame you. As parents, we send you to Caesar and you came back as Romans. So there's no way we can expect some of this knowledge that we have to make sense to you. Because when you look at it, it's hygiene issues. It is, no, a child must crawl on the ground and eat the dust.
Yes.
They must drop their food and pick it up and eat it. Correct. And in my culture, when we traveled, my grandmother, we get to a new place, my grandmother would say, touch the ground. I'm telling my body that I'm now in a different space.
Yes.
And my body is already able to and these are beautiful germs, as it were, that included in our narrative as Africans. And to be able to transmit that to the young generation, I think it's wealth and treasure that will preserve us as a people.
I want to reference James Cameron's Avatar when you were speaking about connecting with nature and knowing what to eat. And other people would tell you that our bodies were designed to eat according to season. And one of the mistakes that we make, we want to eat foods that are out of season. Meanwhile, nature is telling us this is what you should be eating. It's winter, I will produce the oranges and the nachos. It is summer, I will produce the bananas, etc. And we kind of go against that. And even our own bodies trying to...
They're shocked.
They're shocked. They don't know what they're doing.
They're shocked. I cannot add more on that. There's nothing purer than that. Hence, the issue of working with the colonial calendar destroys our seasonal calendar.
Yes.
Because our celebrations as Africans, we're not celebrating June month, September for women, for youth, for what? We were celebrating it in seasons.
Yes.
Season of planting, season of winter, then the beginning of the year in September, then etc. And as it were, crops and plants would be doing. And my grandmother, being a genius that she was, at the change of every season, after 3 months, we all had to queue in front of her. She will have a bag of beautifully roasted nuts, and we were not allowed to eat too many nuts then. I only understand now why she did not allow us to do that. So only then, when we knew that we were supposed to collect a handful of nuts, roasted and beautiful, but she'll have a cup in her hand, and she had aloe in her hand, and here's your glass, don't go away, sit there, you drink it. Next one. And then you eat some nuts. For the next 1 day or 2 days, your system will clean itself in a way that you don't understand. But it was smart because you were saying the food of this season,
it's over.
Then drain the system.
We're getting rid of the old fashion. The season is over. Get rid of this winter clothing now for summer, but we need to get rid of it.
I don't remember any one of us going to sleep in a hospital. Any one of us. And the first call of any disease and sickness is our gut. It is our first brain. So young people, look after yourselves. And if it were possible, don't water too much grass around your houses. Create some gardens. It's nothing much. So go get some spinach, some few tomatoes in your backyard. If you don't have that, get some old trays and your bottles of Coca-Cola, 2 liters that you have finished. Plant some seeds in there, eat some fresh herbs, do some fruit mixing, some spinach and whatever. Make your own concoction. The very same stuff you're buying in Rosebank in Sandton for 25, 35, you can do your own ginger and lemon and garlic and cinnamon and keep your body healthy.